Good morning, and welcome to Rise of Queendom with Wrath. First of all, I want to thank everyone who's trying to support me here, and the friends I'm making in Rise of Queendom, and also the people who have started to follow me or have talked to me and are giving me so much encouragement to keep going with my little guides and tutorials and playthroughs. First of all, I want to thank Mandy. I know you're not on Twitch, but you're on YouTube right now. And I really can't wait to post my videos to YouTube, and you've given me the encouragement to go ahead and go do it, because I feel like it's going to be so great to spread to a couple other platforms, and you've really given me more reason to do it, and I am working on figuring out how I can, and talking to you the other day was just awesome. My second shout out is to Snowbird, my in-game wife. I want to thank you for giving me all this support, and for even willing to jump servers so that we can work together, and you being able to help me and just talking with me every day, letting me know that it's all gonna be okay. And even if I sound dorky at first, I'll eventually get the hang of things, and this will become a successful game to play. Well, it's already successful to play, but having you in my life is awesome. You give me a lot of love and support, and you're more than just there for me, and quickly becoming one of my best friends. And my third shout out for the day is to Trashly the Dreddy. Thank you so much for your support. You're my very first subscriber, and not only that, the fact that you're willing to go to Twitch and follow me to help support me, and then when I heard that it's helping you have some inspiration, that just made me feel 1,000 times better, and I just want to thank you, because it means a lot to me. I enjoy helping other people, and that's the primary reason why I created this live stream. Not to earn any money, not to become famous or rich, but actually to help new players, because this game can get really convoluted very quickly, and my primary reason for being here is just to have fun with everyone, to make new friends, to actually be more social, because I'm not normally very social. And you know what? It's just meant a lot to me, and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The only way I can keep doing these videos is by knowing that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm here for the right reasons. I'm not going to become fabulously wealthy or anything. I'm here because it's helpful to other people. There are charts and stuff that I'm putting together, like the costume charts, that are really just fabulous. I'll actually show you real quick. And I'm going to find a way to make these available to other people. But here's one of the charts. It's actually all the costumes for the game. I think I'm missing just 3 because they came out in the last update. But as you can see, I've also matched up the costumes with the matching air outfits, which is really fun for me because anyone who is a completionist like me is really going to love these sheets. And I've gone to the trouble of, on the female costumes, I still need to do the male costumes because I realize that's become completely different from the female costumes. But I have the name of the costume piece and its minimum score and its highest score that you can get when you're upgrading your costumes. And I'm still trying to figure out how to make these available to you, but it's one of those things that I just feel is so helpful. I constantly have a notebook next to me while I'm gaming, and it's really nice to actually be able to share these things that I've been putting so much work into. And it's also become really important to me over the last few days to continue to help other people. Because when you start playing a game like this, you typically go in saying, I'm not going to spend any money on this game. I'm just going to play the game and enjoy it for whatever it is. And that's really what this is about. It's about enjoying the game. And it's so hard sometimes to just be a free-to-play character because you end up wanting to get all the special costumes and outfits because, well, let's face it, they look awesome and amazing, and it's fun to collect everything. And that's why I want to share, because I've managed to... There are some things I have managed to figure out how to keep things free to play as much as possible. I will admit, I do spend a lot of money on games, but that's kind of like my outlet. But I don't always have pay-to-play accounts. A lot of times I will honestly just go and say, you know what? I don't want to pay any money to play this game. I just want to be able to play the game. So I'm going to show you a couple free ways to gather stuff without paying a lot of money or without paying any money real quick. So I know I was kind of going through things while just kind of collecting everything for the day. So I want you to know, if you go over here to Flash Events, forget the total purpose, sorry. The surprise streak, that is still a purchase thing. The super value exchange, this is where you can exchange different items so that you can get the shards for specific outfits or something that you're looking for, you'll eventually start collecting rare items that you can exchange or that you can use to get special hero items. But if you always log in, always look for your login bonus, you will always see that there are special things that you can collect each day, and it changes constantly. So I'm constantly looking up here. If you also go to my bonus, you'll see that you can get special items for actually completing certain things, certain tasks in the game, and these tasks typically don't cost you anything to do. So, like, we'll do the challenge biography 5 times. I'll just go in, and even if you just hit quick battle like I'm gonna do now, it still counts, and when you go back, you get to claim your free items. So you have these special roulette tickets, and you also have these special silver hammers. I'm going to show you how these work real quick. So with the special roulette tickets, you're going to go into events and then the carnival. Now, you can, if you go to the double rewards and click up, it's a 1 spin thing. Or if you want to get more variety, you just go with 1 ticket and you draw it, and it goes round and round and round and round. And you'll get special items like these orange crystals. I love collecting these because it means I can level up my special equipment so much faster. And almost always in Carnival, you'll get some silver tokens. But you'll also see where it says there's the current, you can spin up to 9,999 times. And it's awesome. I like to collect my Carnival tickets till I have a high amount. That way I can go in and I can go boom, bang, bam, lots of free stuff. But it's also one of those things where you have to practice patience. You have to be willing to give it time before you go and use all of the item up. I especially do this with like the these advanced order summons, because if you use it the certain amount of times, you will see that you get special extra wins. And on a different account, I have 60 saved up, but I'm still trying to get to that 300 advanced order charms, because these, I can't say the word, but these jade orbs, you use them to collect whatever hero shard that you want, that you currently own the hero of. And it's also a great way to ensure that you actually do get to earn these pay-to-play heroes. It's basically a waiting game and it's long-term, but if you get the pay-to-play hero that you want and then you use these jade orbs, you can actually level up a pay-to-play hero without paying anything. so that they match the current level of your team, which is typically something that's kind of difficult to do unless you have some tricks up your sleeves. And you'll see if you summon. Okay, it didn't give me it. But one of the items that you can get when you do summon are these soul stones. And you can use these soul stones to purchase shards of pay-to-play heroes. And this resets every time it comes around. And it's important to know this and to kind of plan while you're in your early stages of gaming, because it will give you an additional edge in the long run. And instead of just being an edge in the long run, it eventually becomes really, really important. Let's see. Yay, we have a new friend, Zang Zang. Okay. I love having new friends in the game. It's always lots of fun. So, pretty much today, I wanted to show you what all you can do in the mansion. Because the mansion is one of those things that is always going to be a go-to. No matter what you're doing, you're going to need stuff from the mansion. If you... Whoops. Wrong button. Let's see. Switch. So if you go to your mentorship, you're going to see your assignments. And some of your assignments are things that you're going to collect in your mansion. And I like doing some of the collections because more than one person can do them. And if everybody does it together, it means that you complete it faster and everybody gets so much spendable units. And it's one of those things that I almost constantly plan out. Is the first thing I do on Monday morning is I see what assignments are available from my mentor, and I plan out accordingly so that I can actually win more and more apprentice tokens so that I can buy stuff in the apprentice shop. And the collect something from the garden, collect, or is always really easy to do because you're almost constantly getting these. Let me show you. So you're constantly getting these boosts, and they say 1 hour boost, but it's really a 4-hour boost, okay? So you click on it and bam, 4 hours worth of collection done. And I think it's really important to do these collections and to save your boosts for when you're doing mentor events, because you're going to get a lot more stuff than just what you need for your mentor. I'm supposed to be collecting these longin, and as you can see, even though that's what I have set to collect, I'm also getting licorice, and I'm also getting pine. Pine is actually used for building furniture in your house, which we're going to get into here in a second. But as you can see, you can also assign certain heroes to work in your fields. And I'll typically go in and check to see how much space I have when I'm just starting out, because it's important to get as many heroes into your fields as possible. Actually, I'm going to move you over here to the mine. Depending on the grade of hero that you put in, it affects how much time is decreased. So if I put in another purple, it's decreased by a minute. If I put in another gold, wait a second. They're doing things on me. Let's see. Let's see if I put in a green. Oh, there must have been a recent update that changed that. It's okay. But I like to go to one of my collection spots and then jump around by using the tabs to decide what I'm looking for, because it just makes it a whole lot easier and a whole lot faster than running around to each and every one. You're also going to be collecting all sorts of stuff. This is where it starts to get a little troublesome. So I just started collecting the fox fur. I'm going to boost this real quick, just until I have some to collect. Okay, gonna close out. And if you come over here, this is where you typically can collect everything. You can also get to assigning people their positions by just clicking assign, and as you can see, it brings up this screen again. Very useful shortcut if you're in a hurry. So here's the thing. If you see your little hand over, that means somebody can steal from you. And I'm going to show you real quick what it looks like. Let's see. Go visit Snowbird. My lovely, lovely wife. So you see how the hand over the basket is red. If you click on it, you see where it says steal. You can steal, but it is considered a very bad taboo. If you steal from other people, you will not be popular in the game. People will actually come around and they will do malice to you. They'll pinch you, they'll steal from you, they'll steal your fame. So if you are stealing from people's gardens, you're going to be seriously disliked. Stealing is just a general no-no. If you played Royal Chaos, you used to be able to steal from your friends' gardens and it didn't decrease what they got at all. But in Rise of Queendom, if you steal from somebody, you're actually stealing. And factions have actually gone to war because of people having a problem with keeping their fingers to themselves. It's kind of ridiculous. However, there is something that you can do. If you go and you find your friends, you see these little bugs? Sometimes it's a watering can, sometimes it's a bug. You are more than welcome to water the plants. You are more than welcome to catch the bugs because it helps everybody. It doesn't do any harm. And sorry, I'm pushing wrong buttons. I've been silly today. So, when you go to your friend's maid, you can visit and just drop whatever you want there. And as you can see, you gain fame from doing this, charm, XP. Your opponent gets charm, and then if you're playmates or married, you get the intimacy bonus. If you go down here to this is poison. You do not want to poison anybody because this is going to open you up for a world of hurt. But I want to show this because it's good for you to know that it's there, and it's good for you to know what it does so you don't go, oh, I'm going to try this, I'll do this, and I'll pick a stranger and say, oh, this person did it. They're called scapegoats. And the thing is, with scapegoats, you're actually hurting someone else. And I just don't suggest poisoning at all. It is good to know that there's poisoning there, because if you come to your house and you've been poisoned and you find someone hanging out right here, you pretty much know what they're doing. Another spot where if you catch people there, you're gonna be a bit suspicious is back here. Here, you're going to cast a spell on somebody. So, for greeting, whatever you're doing, you see how it says obtain? It will take you to your crafting screen so that you can craft whatever it is you're looking for. Instead of crafting something poisonous, I'm going to craft a few Christmas trees first, because they're fun to leave behind. Before I leave the spelling area, I want you to know, if you do get spelled, you'll get a little icon underneath your profile area, and it will also show in your profile area. It will say, you've been poisoned, and then you'll find little sachets like that back around this area, and you're going to use dispel items that are specifically made for breaking the spells, to find the spell that was cast on you. And then, one last place you'll want to visit when you're around your friends is just down here. If you click on your friend, you're basically asking them to help you in your home. Snowbird said sure, so now her shadow is at the mansion. We also call this body snatching. It's kind of fun sometimes. You can also pray for your friends here. And the higher the prey item, as you can see, the more fame you get and the more fame your friend gets. So I don't know. Have to reach craft level 6. See if I can get high enough real quick. Sometimes I will purposely make the discipline and the spell items just so that I can get my crafting skill of these type of items up. And because there are some things that you'll collect in your garden that you're just not going to collect anywhere else or use anywhere else. So I never really have a problem. No, not nearly that many. One, two, three, four, 5, 10. 10 is good. I'm going to have to show you something with the challenge tokens because you're going to see these, and I've actually had my bad run with these before because I was trying to figure out what every item does, and I ended up accidentally hurting one of my friends. So you pray, and the thing is, once you've prayed for someone, you go into your feeds, and when people pray for you, you'll be able to collect these as well. You see who took care of your plants, who's come to help you, and apparently somebody stole from me, but you can claim your prayer boxes down here in Pray and Quick Claim. Now, as you can see, someone stole from me. I think that was earlier today. Oh, they stole from me late last night. So, basically what I do when someone steals from me is I will take a screenshot of it, and then I will post the screenshot on the community board so that everybody knows that this person stole. And I'm not the only person who does it. Lots and lots of people will say, this person stole from me. And it's how you make enemies in the game. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the mansion. And it really is not good to steal from people. It's like real life. You don't steal from a store. Don't steal from other players, especially if you haven't asked them if you can steal from them. Sometimes, if you're trying to collect certain items, you can go to your faction and say, hey, I'm trying to collect this type of item. Does anybody have any that I can steal? Surprisingly, if you ask nicely, people will more often say yes and give you permission, and then it's more like you're being given the items than stealing them. It's some really funny stuff. So when you're home at your mansion, if you go over to your maid, she's going to have your mansion upgrades. You'll have certain prosperities you need to reach and certain silver that you're going to have available to you. If you go over here to this little sign and click on it, you click on helper slogan, and then you can change whatever message you want. And I will say thieves die sometimes, especially when stealing is kind of a problem. And then you can also set what you want your friends to say when you're the one coming home. So I like chillaxing. And it's just kind of fun because then when you see your friends and they're just like, hey boss, just chillaxing, just doing whatever, it it becomes a lot of fun. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the layout. If you click layout, everything on the screen drops. You don't even see if somebody's talking to you. So sometimes I've actually sat here and I've played around decorating my house and my yard and been completely oblivious to the rest of the world, not seeing what anyone is trying to get my attention or even I've actually completely missed my own banquets and ceremonies because I've been so busy just redecorating. But come on, the redecorating is fun. Everybody gets lost in something somewhere, and everybody has their own little thing that they're just like, yes! So, each item that you place out in your yard, if you click on it, you see how much prosperity it is and how many units it takes up. So, this is one of those things I like to set up. It's always kind of one of the things I really enjoy about actually decorating your yard is I have too much fun just going like, hey, I'm gonna put this here and this over here, and I love these cherry blossom trees. I have no understanding as to why, but they're like so. I just love them. They're awesome. I think they're pretty. I wish I could have some in my real house. But you'll be able to set all your decorations up, and as you decorate, you start to gain a little bit of pride over what you have in your yard, in your palace area. Okay, that's not gonna fit in there. And another thing that's fun about all this stuff in your yard is as you get your heirs and your kids get bigger, they're going to come and they're going to play in your yard. The yard isn't just for show. It actually is a place where when you have your heirs, they come and they have fun and they're just like, "Hey, I'm hanging out here." Let's see. And there's another important thing to know about when you're decorating. This side panel on the left side, it shows your prosperity, and depending on how high your prosperity is, you get certain buffs. There's my little special treats again, my little things that add up and make your house awesome. I don't want that table. So, if you go into disassemble, you can take anything you really don't want in your yard. Like, I don't want the stone table. You disassemble it and you get stuff. It's more building materials, which sometimes if I can't gather the building materials that I want, I will come over here and let's see. I want to show you real quick. I'll go and start building things. These I'm just going to place. I'm trying to get to where I can show you how to build it. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Whoops. Okay. Well, fine then. That won't fit out. See, I don't want... Aha, I know what I'll do. You can also just get out of the layout screen and go to crafting. So there's all our stuff for crafting again. So sometimes if I'm going after specific materials because I'm not getting what I want, I will come in here to craft and I will find an item in the color of the material I'm trying to get. So the colors are your rarity. And I will do something like this. I will craft every piece of that item I can. And then I'll go back into layout. I'll go to disassemble. I'll find the item that I just created a butt ton of, and I will disassemble all of it. And as you can see, I got materials that I didn't use to make the item, and this is literally how I get the right crafting materials sometime. And the thing is, even if you're doing this when you just start playing, it just quickly levels up your crafting ability. And who doesn't like having high-level crafting skills? Because what are you going to do? You're just going to use it anyways. You're going to be sitting there crafting anyways, and it just makes it really easy if you level up your skills really fast. So I'll go here to the inner hall. I actually completely nuked my hall so that I could show you. So if you go to fix decor, you're going to have your walls and your floors. Outside, you can change the style of your house, the style of your yard, and the style of your fence. So I've actually fallen in love with this Christmas wall and Christmas floor. Here's one of the little tricks that you use when you're in layout. If you click on this little tab here, you can select different things. The magical forest is basically any item for decorating in the game. You can see what it looks like. And if you like the way it looks, you can go straight to craft and it will tell you what you need in order to craft that item. One of the things that I see as a downside is these gold craft materials are really incredibly hard to get, and I hate it. But it is possible. I will also show you there are some sets that the only way to get them is to buy them. So this Christmas set, the only way you can get any of these Christmas items, which one of the things that I absolutely love is the tent for the kids. But as you can see what it looks like before you buy it. You can only have one purchase item, one moving item at a time. If you hit yes to put it there, it's going to say you need to buy it first. But if you already have it bought, like I already have this little bed bought, you can put it out there wherever you like. I, for some reason, am very tedious about beds being close to walls. And then you can place it. Now, like right here, I kind of like where the vanity is, and I want to keep it there. But because I don't own it yet, I'm going to tap on the item in the menu and click purchase. Confirm. And now when I hit the check mark, my vanity stayed right where I put it. And there's other things you can buy for your mansion to decorate it and just make it look nice. Part of my plan for my house is to actually take some of the ingot that I've been saving up, and I really, really enjoy mixing the different sets to create what I like, or to create certain moods in certain areas. And if you just go back to owned, it shows you everything that you actually own. I just use this as a way to allow my creative juices to flow. And everybody has their own taste, which is one of the fun things about this game, is as you're decorating, you're making it more and more about who you are. I want to show you the nursery real quick. So, you go to the nursery. You can get a bigger nursery the higher your love level is with your partner. If you hit the access button, it also will limit the access to your nursery. Typically, in the beginning of the game, I'll just let anybody come in. But if people start having problems between factions, I'll start limiting it to just my friends and faction members, because Once your kid hits level 10, you can take your kid out for walks with you, and you can go visit other people's nurseries to socialize your kid with their kids, which is one of those things that is always fun because we end up with play date parties and all sorts of things. And as you also saw, you can limit it to just your friends and faction members, to just your playmates, or some people who like to just keep things really, really private will say, I only want my lover in my nursery. I don't want anyone else messing with my kids. And some people actually become kind of protective over their kids. It's kind of funny and cute at the same time. So, oh, red packets. Woohoo! One thing, always say thank you for the red packets. Because it's really good to show your gratitude for what you get in the game. Especially from your faction leader, because they're taking on a large responsibility. And they're promising to be there almost all the time. So, now that we're in the nursery, sorry for the sidetrack, I'm a dork. So once you go into the nursery, I like to do different things. You see this little puff ball that's bouncing up and down with a star on its head? If you tap on those, you get to see what your baby's been doing when you're not around. So, this is Elizabeth. Her nickname is Liz, but she's my little ray of sunshine in this game until we have more kids. With the heirs, you go up to them, you tap on them. Make sure that your kid is constantly fed. You also want to make sure that they're properly bathed because, and I'm going to show you something real quick. If you click on the wrong spot to wash your kid, they get upset. And if it's much lower, they'll start to cry and you'll have to play with the little rubber ducky in the tub. I try to never let any of my 3 care attributes get to yellow. And if they get to red, you end up using all of these little stars to make your child happy again. It is possible to neglect your kid in the game and they will get sick and it will be hard to get them out of being sick. These things, these errors sometimes are more difficult than taking care of a real child, because at least a real child is going to be a bit more receptive and their health doesn't decline nearly as quickly as the heirs. And so, yeah. Woohoo! Hobby unlocked. Hobby unlocked. Okay. So, as your heir levels up, you'll be able to unlock these fun hobbies for them. And go over here to hobby. And as you can see, there's different types of hobbies. And You'll end up also collecting these hobby books. You just kind of obtain them from interacting with your kid, and you use them so you can level up how many points your heir gets for doing that hobby. And oh, so that little exclamation point, Elizabeth wanted my attention. And you get to choose. Depending on what you choose, it will affect what increases, what attributes increase with your child. And it is also possible, we'll see if I can do it right now. If you interact, your baby will get that sleepy face. And there we go. You click the Z's, and basically it's like, okay, I've worn my child out. Time to put it to bed. And there you go. Liz is asleep. One of the funny things is, and lots of new players do this, they'll just stand around in the nursery and watch the kids talk in their sleep. It's like, oh, my baby's asleep. It's so cute. And yes, I'm guilty of doing that too. It's cute and it's silly, and we all need cute and silly from time to time. If you go to your nanny, you can make any arrangements. When you see your little chest wiggling like this, you tap on it and you get more stars, your air gets stronger, and this is also where you can tell the nanny what you want her doing with your kid. And each time your air levels up, I strongly suggest changing their arrangements. That way you can control what type of attributes your heir's going to have. Because your heirs do have an effect on you in the game. I can't show you Royal College or Desk or Heir Reading right now because my heir's not big enough. But I can show you the Star of the Future real quick. This is kind of fun because you're kind of competing for the top spot with all the heirs. So we'll participate in this. These little contests are also how you get trophies for your heirs, and the more trophies you have for your heir, the better your rating becomes. After your heir reaches a certain level and they look like a little boy or girl like that, you'll be able to add them to your team. It has its very own spot. So I love these stupid games. I do play Fishdom and Candy Crush and but I really just love puzzles, 'cause I just feel like I like something that gives me a little bit of a challenge and that kind of have to prove your skills with. And I know I keep saying and today. But Yeah, it's all about just having fun, enjoying playing a game, making friends. Hopefully, not making enemies, but I know some people will play these games specifically so they can make enemies that they can take their anger out on. That's not that's not me. But ooh, wait, hang on. But there are lots of people who they like to get on a game like this and cause trouble for everybody. But if you're going to I feel like if you're going to play a game, it should be something that you have fun doing. Just go and have fun, enjoy what's going on in your life, and enjoy doing something a little bit different. To me, life is too short to get upset and angry at everyone, and I just feel like, you know, it's just important to me to have fun, to enjoy everything that's going on, to, yeah, just make things better for yourself and others. One last thing I want to show you about the nursery before we get off is you can change your nanny. You can hire, you get matron matron Dow for free. But as you can see, she's too old to be taking care of kids. You can also hire them for just 1 day, for 7 days, for 30 days. It all depends on what level you are. And then you have your two super special nannies that are pay to play. You have to have a monthly pass. You have to be at VIP 7. And I just feel like it's important to hire a nanny that's good for your kids. I pick Lau because typically I can hire her for the whole month with silver. And she takes better care of the kids than Matron Dow. And one of the unique things about the nursery is you can look at the stuff that you own and you can look at the stuff that your lover owns. So you could actually decorate your nursery using a combination of things. And typically the nursery is organized by both parties, except in some cases where one person decides to just completely take over the nursery and say, don't worry about decorating it, I've got it all on my own. But I really like making it so that both me and my partner can enjoy the nursery, because I don't feel like just one person should be in charge of the nursery, making it look nice. I don't think it's fair to I mean, yeah, sometimes I decorate the nursery, or I'll completely demolish the nursery and redecorate it, but still, it's kind of it's kind of one of those things that you'll definitely want to talk out with your partner. One of the good things about the nursery is everything that goes into the nursery affects the prosperity for both you and your partner, which is why I've been basically putting all the more expensive items in my nursery, because I've been wanting my partner to be able to enjoy everything that the nursery has to offer, but also help her get a little boost with the decorations, because let's be honest, it's just nice to make things nice for both of you, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I'm a dork, but it's about time to wrap things up. I want to say thank you again. I really can't do this without my friends and my followers. You guys seriously are making this so much worth the hassle of trying to edit the videos and going back and watching them so that I can make things better. I'm really excited. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. And I will see you again Monday at 9. See you later.